Today is a momentous day. We've celebrated many of them. I know so many of you, as you know, I have been involved since 1986. I have believed in Casa Grande, I have believed in this property, and I have believed in a vision. And today we are here to take that vision to another step. But I want to start with first things first, and I know the dessert that's coming is what you're here to see and to feel, which is Sir Nick Faldo, but we are going to have a little bit of thank yous first before we bring Nick up. I really think that what we are experiencing is the finest, the hallmark of private-public partnerships. And that's what this is all about. The city of Casa Grande took a leap of faith. We had a vision, we had a mission, we had a plan, and I want to recognize those commissioners who were part of that leap of faith in what I think is one of the greatest public-private partnerships in the country. Carl Montoya, can you raise your hand? Councilman Matt Herman, Councilman Ralph Borrelia, and now Mayor Bob Jackson. And I think that what I want to say is that in 3 short years, that vision, the finest facility in the country that you approved and built with the finest equipment, the finest fields, and you all want to know, what is my ROI on that? What is the result of that? And I want you to see the product of that. This is the product of a private and public partnership that not only works but changes lives. These young players play together. 1, 2, 3.
As one.
That's how they play. And that's the kind of partnership that we have established with the city of Casa Grande. So without further ado, I would really like Mayor Jackson to come up and please say just a few words, because this really is an incredible day of introducing soccer, which is now we have established as they're the toughest in the country, aren't you? They just won 2 games today. They're division leaders. They go to national playoffs. It is the finest coaches and the finest young players. Every single one of our seniors has received a scholarship. Every single one, which is amazing. And it's thanks to the public schools here, to tutors like Connie who works with them, to our hotel staff who has adopted them as family. It's really thanks to their commitment and dedication to not only excel on the field but off the field, and they do play and act as one. So could you say a word or two of welcome to the newest member of Casa Grande?
Thank you, Michael. You know, we were talking before this started, just a couple of quick words because nobody really wants to listen to me talk. This was a leap of faith when we did this 3 years ago. And I think that a lot of people thought, what are you guys doing? Well, the end result is 72 kids in a resident golf academy.
Soccer,
I'm sorry.
Not golfers yet. Nick will make golfers out of them.
And I think just the exposure that gives to our youth as well, it's just a tremendous opportunity. Would certainly like to welcome Nick Faldo to the community. I think you've got a tough act to follow, so I know you can do it, but you know, they've set the standard with the soccer players, and I'm excited to see the new addition to our community. Maybe it'll help my game, who knows, you know. Oh wait, I have to go out and play a little bit then. But would like to welcome you to town, sir, and I hope you are as successful in your academy as we have been in the soccer academy. And really be remiss if we didn't thank both Michael and Ron Burke, because they had the vision, they just had to sell it. So great job, you two.
And that's a great lead-in to introduce my partner, Ron Burks, who is the visionary, who is the one who does the heavy lifting and the joyful lifting of making all this successful. And he's going to introduce Nick and Then Nick's going to tell you a little bit, then he's going to do a clinic and have a little bit of fun kicking a few soccer balls with our kids. We brought a net here for you, Nick. There is a barbecue that you're all invited to join us for afterwards. So without further ado, let me introduce Ron so he can get Nick up in front of you.
Thank you, Michael. I have to say, when I was talking to Bob Jackson a little earlier today, we had a chance to talk just briefly about where we've come, and you know, this is not the end of a road. This is just kind of a milestone on a journey that we've been on. When we started 3 years ago, we were determined to have the very finest athletic training facilities in the country. We do have them. It's not a bold statement. It's a fact. We have them. We attract the best athletes in soccer, and we've achieved extraordinary results. We've got kids from 18 states, 6 foreign countries. We have kids. 6 of our kids play on one of the U.S. national teams. We've achieved unbelievable things. Almost 50 of our kids have received college scholarships, and 4 of them have received professional contracts. So the goal here was to set a standard in one sport and then to go to golf. And we've done it in soccer, and it's exciting now. We were matching the best facilities with the best coaches and coming and attracting the best athletes, and we've achieved unbelievable and extraordinary success. And I'm not saying it to brag. If you go on the internet and look, it's pretty amazing, and these are the kids that have done it. And now it's time to do it in golf, and there's no better name or person that we could have wanted to have to lead us on the continuation of our journey in golf than Sir Nick Faldo. Nick is as many of you know, a 6-time major tournament winner, 3 times the Masters, 3 times the British Open. He has been devoted to developing kids and helping kids in golf for the last 16 years in a worldwide program that he'll tell you about. But it's exciting what he's done, and he has some 40 tournaments a year in 30 different countries with 7,000 kids participating. So we'll be anticipating kids from all over the world coming for more of the kind of leadership that Nick Faldo can provide. As a matter of fact, Nick, I don't know if you know it or not, but we had a family here this week from China.
Good stuff.
So the word is already spreading. Anyway, here's Sir Nick Faldo.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you all. Yeah, I'll go back to the start. Like what Ron was saying, I formed, which was called the Faldo series, 16 odd years ago, when back in England, back in Britain, they were looking for the next Nick Faldo. And you know, it wasn't a Lee Westwood at that time, or Justin Rose, or Poulter, or a Luke Donald, Englishman. So try and give you a really quick crash course of what I did. I divided Great Britain up into 6 regions. We had 3 events in each region. We came to a grand final. And the big goal for me, my very first goal was I wanted the winners. I then took them, they came to America, they came to Florida or California, and my first goal was to get them out the dreaded British winter, you know, to give these kids a chance to practice, because, you know, once you've left Europe and come to Florida, at that time was my base to practice. Once you've done that and realize how unproductive the European winter is, you know, to build a golf game. So very briefly, it expanded in Europe. I then, and there was a young kid came along then, 12-year-old kid I was introduced to by the name of Rory McIlroy. And I had a team Faldo, and Rory was on that, and I helped him. We'd go off to Ballyliffin for a few days, or to California, that sort of thing, a couple of times. And, you know, helped him along. And then the series grew a little bit more, and we decided to take that model to Asia. And a young girl then helped me launch for two times in Hong Kong, played 2 exhibition matches over 2 years. Her name was Yani Singh. And Yani helped me launch the series in Asia. So we had a very cool moment last March when Rory won at the Honda to go world #1 and join Yanni already at world #1. So we had 2 world #1s who had obviously come through the Faldo series. Pretty much at that same time, well, with this series, as Ron said, I've got 7,000 competitors and expanding. We play 40 events in 30 different countries and interesting countries, which is fun thanks to Twitter. You know, we've got kids climbing Nepal to go and play at some 12,000 feet while the kids are down in sea level playing in Cambodia at the same time, tweeting each other. And you're in the middle of tweeting as well from America. So that's really helped it expand or get world recognition. And almost at the same time, we started the dialogue with Michael and Ron. We were introduced. I came here, Leslie and I came here just after the Phoenix Open last year. And then when we realized what a special facility this is, we realized we could create an academy, a Faldo Series Academy, where, because what's been happening with the series, my kids run from 12, got youngsters 12 to 18, and they say, what next? How can you help me next? And I couldn't help anybody. It was like, wow, I'll send you out into the big wide world of professional golf, but really you're maybe not prepared for it. Or I couldn't introduce them to college system in any way. So what we really hope we're creating here is that stepping stone where kids globally, absolutely from the world, I've got kids already, as you said, China, I know we've got some Indian boys very interested as well. So that is the goal, to take the series globally and then bring the interest and bring the students here to Casa Grande to as I call it, that golfing boot camp, isn't it? They're gonna, you can eat, sleep, and dream and play golf, and at the same time you educate yourselves, and you've got the great facilities of being able to practice, train physically, rehab, all those sort of things. So we're really excited about it. Now a year on, we're nearly there. We've got, you see, Faldo Design, my team in England, been drawing away like crazy. I'm really concerned after all that.
Look like that.
I'm really concerned after all our work. We've now got a football goal right in the middle of the practice ground. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go and redraw it. But this is all going to change. We're going to hopefully have, better than hopefully, we will have one of the finest facilities, in professional golf. So the goal is for them to, the goal is for, I'm not only the students here will have great facilities, but my real goal is I know if it was me, and I know if I was heading to start the season, it'd be pretty cool if I can pop in somewhere for a few days boot camp, and under the guarantee that you've got this blue thing over your head all day and every day. It's a pretty cool attraction to think, wow, I could come here, get the rust off my game and head out on tour. So I'm really optimistic, hoping that will happen. So that's phase one, get the practice facility in. Then phase two will be attack the golf course. So you've got a really fine golf course, great length, 7,600 yards. So the vision there is to really turn it into really maybe two or three different environments out of practice. So you get different styles of greens, different style of bunkering, all those sort of things. So that's the fun thing. So the other thing is quite cool. I'm hoping we're bringing something special. My Faldo Shield is my new brand called Claret and Green. And very briefly, you'll notice it's got 6 stripes. You hopefully know I won 6 majors. Now, if you're really clever, so the red ones are called claret stripes, and the green ones obviously green from a claret and green, claret jug, green jug. Now, if you're really clever, you'll realise I won the Open, and then the Masters, the Open, and the Masters. Ah, clever, eh? It took a year to work that out. Yeah. What's that? Oh, you've got the flag flying. How about that? Very good. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. As long as it's slightly, it's got to be an inch less higher than the Stars and Stripes. Is that correct? Yeah. Anyway, I'm around all afternoon. I think we're going to mess about, have some fun. Do come and ask me any questions about any subject. And the great words of Sean Connery was, I'll decide whether I answer you, dear boy. Anyway, thanks so much. Back to Michael.
Well, back to the fun. We're going to have Nick go where, Nick, for a little clinic. And even if you are not a golfer, all you boys can hear a different game, a different sport, but it's still focus, it's still dedication, it's still, are we going to do that?
Visualization.
It's visualization.
Yeah.
Todd, give the boys 1 minute on your visualization. I love that.
She's a hard taskmaster, isn't she? Yeah. You kind of do what Michael says. It's funny that. Isn't it? my 101 on visualization. It's a bit of fun one. All right, so I want you all to, how do I usually start with my visualization? Do not think of a strawberry. Do not think of a strawberry. How many of you are thinking of a strawberry? All of us, aren't we? But have fun with the word "don't," because that's one of the most dangerous words we have. You know, when you start saying, especially as golfers, you know. And in my clinics, I will always say to you, you get in the car, you're getting in a car from Casa Grande, driving down to here, and you would not get in the car, and you don't say to yourself, "Oh, don't drive to Phoenix." Do you? You know, you get me? And then you drive down the road and you're not driving along going, "Oh, don't drive in that pothole and don't crash into that other car," yeah? And then you arrive here and you're walking from the hotel out here and would you ever walk along and go, "Oh, don't bump into that tree or don't fall over that golf cart," yeah? But how many of us stand on the first tee and go, "Oh, don't hit it in the trees left." Yeah? And so you start off the day going, "Don't hit the tree." And when I say don't hit it in the trees, what do you see? The ball going in the tree. And when you say, and you get to the green, and it's the big bunker in front of you, and go, "Don't hit it in the bunker." And where does it go? Boom. And then you go, "Well, I'm actually feeling really positive today. I am not gonna hit it in the bunker." So what do you see? The ball going in the bunker. So that is as simple as, and then you flip it, and the best way to get rid of seeing a strawberry is to replace it with a new picture and put a lemon in there. Oh, the strawberry disappeared. How did the strawberry disappear? Now lemon's in your blooming head. Yeah? So that's what we do as golfers, actually trick yourself. You change the picture. And I'm sure football guys can do this because I've seen this. Hey, the only way I can relate this to you is and these famous penalty shootouts at the end of the game. Yeah? When your match is tied, you've done all your extra time and finally you've got a playoff, a shootout. And I can promise you, and I watched it because I was watching one with England, and England are useless in penalty shootouts, aren't we? We lose all of them. Because one of the guys walked up to the penalty box, like this, head down, put the ball down, walked back, and went up, kicked it in the goal, he went boom and saved it. He didn't even look where he wanted to hit it, yeah? And that's, you have to see it to believe it. That's how we work as golfers. If you see the golf ball fly, land, roll, hit the pin, go in the hole. So that's how I could relate it to you footballers, that if you're playing, when you're trying to trick the goalie and you stand back and just have a glance top left, that's the picture you know, and you can see yourself, without moving anything, you can see yourself kicking that ball top left, yeah? And the goalie can't see you doing that at all, so you then run up, boom, you kick it top left, so you've rehearsed it. But if you just think, all I want to do is kick that ball, all I want to do, because I'm so nervous, I just want to make contact with the ball, where is it going to go, yeah? So you have to have a goal in your mind of exactly where you want to hit it. So try that. It's good fun, and see how good you are. Because if you're looking top left and you're kicking it misses top right, then I guess you've got your boots on the wrong way around or something like that. So that's how I would relate visualization from golf to football and anything we have. I think the best trick, especially because we're all parents and our kids are all growing up, and the one you should try with your kids, which is cool, because the first time they ever come home and they go, and they're crying because, "Oh, I got to read at assembly tomorrow. I've got to sing for the very first time, yeah." And they go, "I can't do it," and you'll go, "Yes, you can. Yes, you can." "No, I can't. No, yes, I can." But then the trick, if you say to them, "Okay, so who's your favourite singer?" There's a little girl. She said, "Well, I love Taylor Swift or something." You say, "Well, you sing your piece you've got to do tomorrow as if you were Taylor Swift." "Oh, well, she sings like this and waves her arms around like that," and off they go. Get me? See how you can trick them into saying, "Well, if you're that nervous of being you, don't be you. Go and be somebody else for the show." See how it works, yeah? Honest, it's a good trick. Try it, yeah? And try it, but don't try it when you're driving home thinking you're Emerson Fittipaldi. Otherwise you will get a ticket. All right, thanks.